Just act casual.
We woke up like this.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we are gonna talk a little bit about an incident that had happened to us out here at the Tyler Mall in Riverside. So about how long ago would you say, like a month ago? Well, actually, let's introduce ourselves first. I didn't even introduce you. So this is my friend Kiara Torres. What's your Instagram so they could follow you?
Kiara Jassmin.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and write it in the description box below, but let's get right into the story. So this happened like about a month ago. We had an incident with a mall worker. I don't know how to even describe him. So this guy decided to harass me. It was more so towards me, but then he ended up getting a little bit more physical, and not even towards me, who he was trying to harass. He was getting physical with my friend Kiara. So we actually ended up catching it all on film. So we were able to get him sent to jail. He was banned from the mall, and he lost his job, and yeah, so he definitely probably did not see this coming. Probably didn't wake up thinking I'm going to jail today. But I mean, I really feel bad for this guy, because I think he has a lot more deeper issues than just I don't know. I just feel like when people are just deliberately being hateful, I think that there's something hurting within themselves, that they feel whenever they see somebody else that maybe has something that they would want, or they see something in somebody that they might be envious or jealous of, I think they try to attack that person to make them feel less than, so that they could feel a little bit more power. I want to make this video not to bash on him or to be negative and talk about it. I want to talk about this because I want to raise awareness on just not only what trans people have to go through, but I mean anybody can be a victim of discrimination or assault just because of who they are, what they look like, and everything like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be oh, a trans person, because it could be a fat person, a disabled person, any race. It doesn't matter who you are. You will be discriminated against at one point in your life, and you just need to be a bigger person. And for me, I've just learned that I don't want to even feed into that, so I more than likely will ignore anybody who says anything. But I definitely appreciate my friend, because she was just standing up for me and just being a good friend. I think that you just have to learn to pick and choose your battles too. But I definitely am glad that, we did something about it, because this could have been anybody. And I think this is why we took it to this extent. And we'll go ahead and explain to you guys what happened. But we'll go ahead and start with Kiara. Why are you laughing? Anyways, we were literally just enjoying our day, walking through the mall, minding our own fucking business.
Then, out of nowhere, we were just casually walking with our candy, and to our left, you know how they have booths at the mall?
The little kiosk.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a store.
Yeah, no, it's a little kiosk, and it was the shoe cleaning kiosk.
So, this child, who I assumed was a child, I don't think he was an adult yet, decides to yell, basically, and say, "That's fucking disgusting, no one wants to see that shit." And at that point, he was loud enough to the point where people were looking at us, and I said, "Excuse me, who are you talking about?" And he's like, "That." I'm like, "That is a human. And the fact that you are being obnoxious and loud, what does that make you? What does that make you?" So then she decided to defend herself, and then...
Well, I was kind of just first I started off by telling Kiara, dude, let's just let him say what he needs to say. I have experienced a lot of discrimination, and I think I've just gotten to a point where, to be honest, I'm kind of oblivious to a lot of it, because I heard him say something and I noticed he said something, but to be honest, I don't even pay attention, so I didn't even give him my energy or the time of day. And so I honestly didn't hear what he was saying initially, But then Kiara decided to go confront him about it, which I have no problem. Like, if he has that much balls to say something to me, I think he should have enough balls to say it to me in my face. So Kiara decided to confront him, and I told her to just kind of like leave it alone, like let it be. But to be honest, sometimes I agree with her, and I just really think that sometimes you really gotta like confront people and like just make them aware. Like, I think that if he knew who we were as people, and just like, I know a lot of my viewers like know me personally, and they just know how like big of a heart I have and how much I care about people. I don't know. It's just really funny like how people can just be so hateful, and I just don't understand that. So like for me, it's just really hard to like even wrap my mind around so much like that, like, because I would never intentionally try to hurt anybody. But anyways, she decided to like confront him, and I just went up to him, and I was just kind of telling him, because he happened to be black. I have no problems with any race. I have no issues with anybody in general. Anyways, I just kind of like came up to him, and I was like, come on, dude, like, if anybody, you should understand out of anybody, because you guys were just discriminated against and still are discriminated against all the time. So what makes you feel like you can judge me as a person when, you know, you should be a little bit more understanding and respectful? And either way, you're at your job. Like, you're supposed to be professional. You are not supposed to be yelling things at people. You're working with the public, and you don't know who you're going to come across when you're working with the public. So you can't just be yelling at anybody just because you don't agree with who they are, what they like, or anything like that. So I'm just kind of like shocked that he would even like come at me or her like that in a public environment where you know you're surrounded by cameras, you know that you're supposed to be on your best behavior. Like when you start getting physical, that's like the next level. Like if you want to say stuff, say stuff. But if you start getting physical, or you start like getting aggressive, I think that's like a little bit too much. So like, if you don't like me, like, that's cool. Like, you don't have to like me, but you have to respect me, and you have to respect everybody. Like, I'm not going to agree with everything that other people do, but I'm not going to be there disrespecting them because I don't agree with that. So anyways, I went up to him, and I was just kind of telling him how he should be a little bit more understanding and respectful, just because of his ethnicity and how they have been going through the same kind of discrimination that a lot of us do. So for him to be just judgmental kind of like bothered me. So at this point, he decides to respond to me. Keep in mind, as I'm talking to him, he could not make eye contact with me. He was looking down at the ground. And I honestly feel like that kind of hit base for him, because you know what? He knew, I think he got so aggressive because he knew he was in the wrong. Like, you don't get mad unless you know you're wrong. So he couldn't even look at me, decided to respond to me with, oh, is it talking to me? Referred to me as a it. Yeah, so at that point, she decides to start recording.
There was no yelling, like, we weren't yelling.
And we'll insert the clip
yelling.
too.
We were wondering why he was so anti-whatever he was.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and insert the clip, because we caught it all on camera.
Yeah.
So,
at that point, I was just like, okay, he's not going to change his mind, so I'm going to whip out my phone. And I clicked the record button. He said some hand signals, said gang.
Start recording me, bitch.
This is what an asshole looks like.
Black hair gang.
And then said, don't record me, bitch. He then continued to get up. This is what an asshole looks
ignorance sounds like.
What?
So what did you call?
Don't be recording me though.
Oh, now you're embarrassed. And I knew he was embarrassed. At that point, I'm like, oh, now he's embarrassed. Whereas before, the things that he was saying were pretty horrific and vile and horrible for any employee to be out in public working at the mall. Why are you gonna get a public job if you don't like Asians, whites, blacks, cats, dogs, transgenders, gays, bisexuals, whatever? Then don't work at a public place. That's my point. Why is it that we were trying to have a good day and all we were doing was walking? All he had to do was not say anything.
It's just crazy, like,
that anyone would do that.
yeah.
I'm just like, whoa.
Savage, man. Such a savage boy.
It was crazy.
Honestly,
I just couldn't believe it.
nos persinamos for this boy. Besamos.
Yeah.
But like, hopefully he learns. That day, I
So
honestly
why?
felt like, wow, like, I literally crossed my mind that day. It made me like come to a realization. I was just like, wow, fuck, like, I don't have to do anything at all, and people are gonna hate me. Like, for me being me. Like, it's just really mind-boggling that, like, I can literally do nothing to somebody and they automatically just hate me. Like, for me, like, that's kind of just trippy. And I just kind of got, like, really, like, not emotional, because I feel like that's more of like a personal problem to me, and like that's your issue. So for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about that. But it did kind of just like hit me. Like, I was just like, fuck, like I could just be hated on just for being me. Like, I don't have to say anything. I could just be walking, minding my own business, and someone just has a problem with me. And luckily I had somebody with me, and like you were able to like defend me and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, I am not with somebody all the time. And I mean, it's not like she was like fighting him or like anything like that, but like she stood up for me.
And he hit me. He hit my hand so hard that my phone flew like 2 booths down.
Yeah, I was literally shocked that her phone did not break, because that was like
scary.
such a crazy
you guys
impact.
Will hear it. They'll
Yeah,
hear
it was.
It.
You all see in the video, like it took me a while, because I literally ran to the phone after.
Wow.
We should go talk to the cops, because that's
Yeah.
recorded. Because I knew that we were recording. Literally, it took me a while to get to the phone. You guys can totally see in the video, like it took me a while to get to the phone. And first thing I think of when I got to the phone, I'm like, hell yeah, like we caught it on camera. Like, let's get this dude in trouble. Like, he does not deserve to be in public. He obviously cannot handle being a part of society, let alone work in a public area. Like, he should not have this job. So, after you started recording, he like said, "Stop recording me, bitch." You continued to record, and you ended up saying like, "Oh, this is what an asshole looks like." I said, "Oh, this is what ignorance looks like." And then he said, "Stop recording me, bitch, I think one more time." And then you said, "Oh, now you're embarrassed."
Stop recording me, bitch.
This is what an asshole looks like.
Block her gang.
This is what an asshole looks
Ignorance sounds like.
What?
So what did you call?
Nah, don't be recording me though.
Oh, now you're
Nah, don't be-
embarrassed. Wow.
We should go talk to the cops, because that's recorded. And so I think he was kind of getting a little bit like just really irritated with us. But it's like, dude, you brought this upon yourself.
But I think he felt shame.
Yeah,
in
he
what
did.
He was saying,
Oh my God,
because
definitely.
He didn't say the things he was so proud to say when he was talking to us.
Yeah, he could not say it. So it's like, why are you gonna say something like that song says? Don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard that song?
No.
I think it's a rap song. Yeah. Don't start no shit, there won't be no shit. You haven't heard that song?
No.
But that goes for him.
And the thing is, he did have a friend, and his friend was just putting his head down and just shaking it.
His
he
coworker
wanted no involvement, nothing. And after the fact that he hit my hand and threw my phone, because he hit me so hard that my phone literally flew. I thought it was shattered. I was like, my phone is broken.
And that was after she had like said, "Oh, so now you're embarrassed." He got up, literally looked like he was gonna like attack us.
Oh yeah, I thought he
it was really
attack
scary,
us.
dude. His
I
look on his
thought
face,
he
you guys
wanted
will
to
see.
hit
Yeah,
us.
you will see his look in his face was just like the devil. Yes, and it was so embarrassing, dude. I mean, it wasn't embarrassing because it was more embarrassing for him, I think, because like you are obviously a very aggressive person. And I literally remember just like looking up, and there was like a groups of people, and I remember specifically there was like these 2 women. I don't know if they were mother-daughter, I don't know, but they both literally had their mouth just like dropped to the ground, like, and nobody helped. No one said nothing. No one even like.
And that's totally okay.
Yeah, that's fine. They just didn't want to get involved, but it's like.
It's a mall.
It's a mall. Like you did this like around a lot of people. And
Cameras,
you, like, how dumb are you?
We recorded it.
Honestly, how dumb are you?
And then when we went to find security, he was still saying something. But at that point, I'm like, okay, I don't want to get hit again. So we kind of kept our distance. So I don't know what he was saying.
Yeah, and
after.
honestly, seriously, the security office was like literally right where we were initially, like where the whole thing happened.
So we had to pass him
So
twice.
we passed him twice. He still decided to yell things at us, say stuff. We were literally not even paying attention to him at this point because we were just like, okay, dude, you're gonna get in so much trouble already. Like, stop digging yourself in a hole. But anyways, right after he did this, one of his friends didn't even work there. Like, some guy came out of nowhere and they started laughing
at us.
like they were laughing like if it was funny. Like, okay, let's see who's gonna be laughing at the end of this. So it just goes to show, like, if you're gonna act a certain way, expect there to be consequences. I don't know, it's just like I said,
if you don't have anything nice to say,
don't say it. Didn't his mom teach him that?
But at the end of the day, he is who he is. We can't control people. We're just making this video to help others.
Well, not only that, like, just like aware, like show people like how hateful people can be, and just to like,
you don't hit a woman, you don't yell at someone for walking, literally walking. If at all he wouldn't have said anything, he wouldn't have gone to jail.
And not only that, like, even if he decided to apologize after, I think we wouldn't even have been so upset, or not even like, I mean, I don't think he should have ever touched you, period. But like, even after he said what he said, like, if he just said, you know what, like,
he was so
I'm
proud
sorry,
to
like,
hit me.
I fucked up, like, you know, you're right, I shouldn't be saying what I said. I don't know, just like being a little more apologetic and just like.
He wasn't apologetic. He wasn't sorry, and
he wasn't like he wasn't empathizing. He wasn't sympathizing. He wasn't anything. So it was like, I think, you know, it always reminds me of like what my mom would always like tell me. Like, she said, "Calladita te ves más bonita." Has your mom ever said that to you? In English, it would be, "Quiet, you look prettier," but it sounds better in Spanish. Everything always sounds better. Yeah, and it makes more sense in Spanish, and it always sounds better in Spanish. But "Calladita te ves más bonita," and like. So I always learn, like, to keep my mouth shut if I don't have nothing nice to say. Like, you can think whatever you want to think, but if you're going to say something, just know that there's going to be a reaction to that. And if it's something that serious, like, there's going to be consequences. So just know when to say what you got to say. And he obviously didn't know when was the right time.
Yeah, I mean, at your job,
he wasn't
you
even
don't
shoe cleaning material.
Yeah, you're not even shoe polisher worthy. So I don't know what to tell you after that. You're gonna hit a woman and think you're gonna get away with that? No. And I just hope people take this as a lesson and learn from it. You know, if you're gonna disrespect someone, I mean, I think that day he got the wrong one.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's just common sense. Like, he obviously doesn't have common sense, and
do your job. You had one job.
Do your job.
That's it.
And that's it. Like, I if you don't like your job, don't take it out on other people. Like, if you don't like something about your life, make a change. I think Kiara made a good point. Like, if it wasn't us, like, it could have been anybody. And if he's doing this
I told the officer that.
Dude. And if he could do this in public,
to me, if he can hit me and I don't do anything about it, it's gonna happen to someone
I feel
else.
bad for his girlfriends that he would ever have, his sisters, or I don't think he has a girlfriend either. I mean, and if he does, like, I feel so sorry for you. And I hope that if you're gonna
go up to a stranger and you're gonna hit them and touch them like that and laugh about it, then I'm sorry.
Shameless.
I don't know.
Shameless. Ruthless.
I don't want any part of that. And he was laughing, but I'm sure he wasn't laughing in jail. So I just hope, I'll pray that he changes his heart, or if he has negative things to say, that he doesn't say them. But no one's gonna disrespect my friend in front of me in public. It's not gonna happen. So
I'm just kidding. I mean,
no.
Yeah, it's not. And I think that made me realize too, like, I need to stand up a little bit more for myself. I mean, it's really like hard because you can't really like expect what people are gonna do or say after that. My best like reaction towards those kinds of things is to just ignore them and like walk away, because I think that's like the bigger person thing to do, to be honest. And this day just happened to not be like a good day for them.
My point was just like, you were having such a bad day that day.
Well, I think we
both
were.
And then we're just trying to cheer each other up, and it's like, for what? Why? That's the first question I ask. I'm like, why did he do that?
That's another...
Why did he say that? Like, if he knew what we were going through that morning.
I was gonna say, like, you don't know what people are going through either.
Yeah.
So, like, and I already think, like, life is already so complicated. Like, why make it harder for yourself and other people? Like, if anything, we should be there for each other, supporting each other, loving on each other, and just, like, bringing each other up. Like, there's already so much hate, so much ignorance. Like, we don't have no more room for hate. And to be honest, I think it's because he was young. He looked really young. Yeah. So I don't think that he, like... has matured and, like, realized that, like...
that's not okay.
Well, that is not okay, but also, like, I don't know. I think that there's a certain point in your life where you're like, fuck, like, I have no time for bullshit, and I don't need to be doing certain things or saying certain things, and I don't know.
I think he got a reality check.
He definitely got a reality check. So, the mall luckily caught the whole thing also on camera.
And it looked worse because it was from a higher...
Yeah, so we were actually able to get him sent to jail after they realized that they caught it on camera too. So, at first they were asking us if we wanted to press charges because we showed them the video, and they were saying that that was enough to get him fired. It's going on his record. He's banned from the mall, actually. He got fired from his job, obviously. But this is also going on his record. And yeah, we decided to press charges, but then after they reviewed the cameras and saw the footage on their cameras, because I didn't even know that the mall even had cameras. Honestly, I didn't. And after that, I was like, oh shit, you need to be careful what you do at every point in your day. Like, there's cameras on the streets, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's cameras everywhere, so you just need to really be careful of what you're doing, and you just need to be, like, a little bit more aware and conscious of what your actions are. But yeah, so at that point we were able to actually get him sent to jail, and they asked us if we wanted to get him arrested, and we did. But yeah, your actions have consequences, and it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, we gotta all respect each other and love each other, because at the end of the day, we all are here and we have no choice of being here. So the best we could do is just help each other out and, like, support each other, because life is tough. So if
you're a good person, hit like, comment, and subscribe.
If you're a nice person.
If you don't like us, don't watch it. Don't watch our video.
And still give us a like and subscribe so you can watch us and talk shit. I'm just kidding. No, but honestly, thank you guys so much for watching. Be a good person and just love everybody. 'Cause
life is better when you do.
Yeah, life is so much easier and so much better when you just are just, like, open to everything and everyone. And yeah, so peace and love. Peace and love. Give me your other hand. Peace and love. Peace and love. That was a motherfucking wrap.